Um, I really want to talk about abuse tonight. And the abuse that I'm speaking of is the abuser within us, within each and every one of us. I want to take a deep dive on that. So please keep an open mind, an open heart, receive, write your questions, and we'll talk. But this is a hard look at how we violate our own spirit daily. Okay? And how do we do that? Well, it starts off very fucking simply. I want you guys to remember this. The human being is the only creature on earth that pays 1,000 times for the same mistake. Once again, the human being is the only creature on earth that pays 1,000 times for the same mistake. Animals make a mistake once and move on. What do? We replay it until it becomes our identity. We remember, we rehearse, we resentence ourselves over and over again. This keeps going on cycle, repeat. I'm speaking about a lifetime of emotional prison for a moment that fucking happened a long time ago. Or a long time has passed since. You make a mistake and instantly the trial begins. And in that moment of you making a mistake, you become the judge. You become the jury. You become the executioner. This means that you convict yourself, you sentence yourself, and then you relive that punishment every time that memory of your fuck up resurfaces. And just when that cut starts to scab over, just when we think we're getting over it or kind of putting it to bed, what happens? Someone in your life, a spouse, a parent, a friend, a colleague, reminds you of what you did, and then the cycle starts again. You bleed again. You apologize again. You punish yourself again. You beat yourself up all over again. Is that fair? That's not fucking fair. How? How is that freedom? We've mistaken our guilt for growth. We think that self-hatred is humbling. It's not. Guys, it's fucking not. It's self-abuse. Yet, guess what? We misconstrue it and we try to label it or try to make it seem like, oh, you know what? Let me throw some flavor on it and call it accountability. Oh, no. Hold yourselves accountable. Don't fucking misconstrue what I'm saying. There is accountability. But there's also suffering that comes with that identity of you repeating on cycle the mistake and the punishment that you hold yourself accountable for. And that's the difference of what I'm talking about. You think you're paying for what you did, but what you're really paying for is for what you refuse to forgive. You start believing that the voice that condemns you is you. You think that you're being honest with yourself when really you're fucking being violent. You're being hostile with you. And that's fucking cruelty. It's fucking cruel. Guys, why am I honing in on this subject? Very simply. Believe you me when I tell you this. The way you treat yourself becomes the standard that you allow from others. The limit of your self-abuse becomes the amount that you will tolerate from everyone else. That's exactly what happens. This puts you in a cycle of confusing punishment for love. This keeps you stuck in a cycle of accepting pain as proof of your worth. This is where you start to believe that suffering is the rent you pay for your spirit. That somehow, some fucking way, you owe the world for you existing in it. What you don't see is that you've become your own warden because you hold the fucking keys. And every time you remember your mistakes, you lock the door again. You're to remember your mistakes so you can learn from them. We just talked about failure. You're supposed to learn from it. You're not supposed to whoop your ass over it all over again, every time. There's a law that we engrave deep inside of our human fucking soul. The limit of your self-abuse is the limit of what you'll tolerate from anyone else. Believe you me, I promise you this. You guys heard of law of attraction and all this other shit? Guys, some of you are wondering why you keep ending up in the same kind of relationships. Same kind of pain, same kind of fucking betrayal. It's not bad luck. It's your belief system. Because you attract what you think you deserve. And you'll tolerate what you secretly agree with. Facts. Because guess what? If you keep beating yourself up, telling yourself that you're worthless, that nothing you do is ever enough, then when someone else treats you like dog shit, when someone else talks to you that way, it's not going to shock you. Why? Because it's going to feel familiar. You're going to condone it. The outside world can only mirror the violence that you already live in within you, within your own fucking head, within your own mind. If we keep it on relationships for a second, guess what? If you abuse yourself just a little, then you're probably gonna leave when someone abuses you a lot. Now flip that around. If you abuse yourself deeply, you're going to stay with people who humiliate you, who fucking hit you, who beat you, who treat you like shit, and you're going to call it love. And the way you'll justify it is by saying, they didn't mean it. They love me deep down. The truth is, you believe you deserve it. You fucking have convinced yourself to believe that you deserve it. You believe that somehow the way they treat you is your consequence. That they're doing you a favor by staying. That you're lucky anyone even wants you. That's the lie that lives under every fucking scar. That's the shit that starts whispering and playing on repeat. I'm not enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy. And you're going to play that fucking soundtrack on repeat. And on repeat, it's going to become the soundtrack of your life. You'll become addicted to pain because it feels like home. You'll confuse suffering with loyalty. You'll mistake endurance for fucking strength. Miklo, what do you mean by that? You really want to dig deeper? Let's go. What I mean by that is you're going to mistake endurance for strength because you're going to confuse it and tell yourself, if I can keep handling this shit, if I can keep taking it, I'm a strong person. That's exactly what I mean. That's what the abuser within you does. It convinces you that your cage in which you put yourself in is comfort. The abuse is affection. And you're going to stay chained to motherfuckers who feed your wounds instead of healing them. Because nobody can offer you something that they don't have. There is no virtue in being with someone who's using you as their punching bag or getting smacked around. There's no fucking prize for surviving abuse. And you don't have to prove your love by letting people destroy you. Guys, you don't prove your worth by enduring what you were never fucking meant to tolerate. Until you fucking stop abusing yourself, you will keep finding new versions of the same pain. Different face, same shit. Different name, same shit. Guys, here's the truth that's gonna fuck you up. No one has ever hurt you as consistently or as cruel as you have hurt yourself. You're the one who replays the memories. You're the one who speaks death over your own name. You're also the one who drags your soul through the mistakes, through the fuck-ups, until all of that shame feels some sort of holy to you. That's not fucking redemption. That's torture. It's fuckery. And if you want to take it there, God didn't put you here to live like that. And he's not asking you to tolerate pain. He's asking you to transform it. But you can't heal what you keep taking and hiding behind fucking guilt. You can't get up while you're still sentencing yourself to a life without parole. Mentally. But you need to understand that you've already been forgiven. You got to break the law that's been breaking you. You got to stop treating your pain like it's your purpose. Yes, I said you'll find purpose next to your pain, but I never said that your pain was your purpose. Two different things. And until you stop abusing yourself, you're never really going to know what it's like to be free. All of us want to be free. The root of self-rejection, okay, is where all of this starts coming into play. Somewhere along the line, you were taught that love had to be earned, that your worth had to be proven, that being human was some sort of fucking crime and needed to be punished. So you built an image, a flawless fucking image, a perfect image. Someone strong, someone spiritual, someone put together. And you started worshiping that image in your head like if it was God. And every time you fucking fall short of it, you hate yourself just a little bit more. You hate yourself for being human. You're a fucking human. Guys, that's the root of self-rejection. The root of self-rejection is the belief that you are, the belief that who you are will never be enough until you're perfect. That's the root of self-rejection. You've been trying to rest, but you keep performing pain. You keep rehearsing the mistakes, the thing you said, the way you looked, the moment you didn't fight back. You replay all of these things until it feels like truth. You wear that shame like it's your skin, like it's your tonality, like it's your vibe. Guys, that's fucking slavery. That's taking guilt and turning it into your fucking religion. That's making shame your sanctuary. That's you sacrificing your peace on the altar of perfection, hoping that one more apology, one more sleepless night will finally make you feel fucking worthy. Perfection isn't holy. It's hell. Why? Because it's a moving fucking target designed to keep you crawling after that motherfucker. And that's why the abuser within us will start whispering some bullshit. If I can just fix myself, they'll love me. If I never mess up again, I'll be able to breathe. But you never breathe. Because there's always another standard to fucking chase. There's always another flaw, fuck up, to hate. Another version of you to fucking kill, outgrow, bury. So you punish yourself before anyone else can. You tear yourself down before anyone else gets a chance. You think that if you condemn yourself first, that maybe it's going to hurt less when the world does it for you. But all of that shit just teaches you, or more so, it teaches the world how to treat you. That's all it does. Guilty of playing on repeat that voice that has called you worthless, stupid, unlovable. Guys, that's not you being humble. It's not. That's an internal executioner that you built out of all the opinions of motherfuckers who ended up breaking you. And now you're living with that ghost that uses your own voice to keep you small, to keep you compacted, to keep you quiet, to keep you put away. That's why when a good motherfucker shows up, you're going to sabotage it. That's why when real love knocks, you're going to hide. Because if they saw the real you, the one behind the mask, you're already convinced that they're going to fucking leave. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You need to be present to be healed. And you can't be present if you're constantly running from your own reflection. That's why I say take a look in the fucking mirror. The journey out of self-rejection begins the moment that you stop trying to become someone else and start learning to forgive who you already are. God ain't gonna bless the mask you fucking wear. He's gonna bless the mess. The version of you that you've been trying to hide is the exact version that he's waiting to heal. And at some fucking point, it can't just be about what they did to you anymore. At some fucking point, it has to become about what you've been doing to you. There's a version of your story where you stay the victim forever. Where it's always about what they said, what they did, what they broke, what they took. But most of the damage happening now is internal. It's you. The shit you went through already happened. It already fucking happened. But right now it's you alone in your head, dragging yourself through the memories. You keep telling yourself, or talking to yourself, whispering to yourself with words that no one else is saying. Only you. Ain't no one saying that shit, but you are. In your fucking head. So guess what? You become the prisoner and the fucking guard. The hurt child and the abusive parent. The broken lover. And the one still chucking. The one still fucking swinging. As long as you keep the abuser alive within you, all those fucking ghosts are gonna keep being dragged into every new season that you try to start. See, facts. They don't have to hit you anymore. You hit yourself now. Listen, facts. They don't have to call you fucking names because you say worse now. That's fuckery. The moment where you stop asking, why did they do that to me? And start asking, why am I still doing this to me? That's the reckoning. That's the awakening. You can leave a room. You can block a number. You can move, change fucking cities, locations, apartments, homes. But you can't leave yourself. Take a hard fucking look. Because you either keep living with the abuser within you, or you confront that motherfucker. That's the fight of your life. You don't have to fight anyone anymore. The inner abuse, the inner abuser isn't evil. It's survival. It's the version of you that said, if I'm hard on myself first, maybe it hurts less when they are. But that survival mechanism that you've created, it's killing you slowly. It's suffocating. And you can't breathe. And there comes a day, and I hope fucking to God that today is that day, where you draw a line in the motherfucking sand and you finally say, I'm done hurting me. I am done hurting me for what they did to me. That's forgiveness. Not just forgiving them, forgiving you. Forgiving yourself for staying, for tolerating, for shrinking, for dimming your light, for betraying your own peace to keep people who were already gone. You did the best you could with what you knew. I see you. Te veo. But you didn't know love wasn't supposed to feel like bleeding. So no, you don't need more punishment. You need a fucking funeral. A funeral to that voice that calls you fucking worthless. A funeral to that version of you that thinks pain is your home. A funeral to the abuser within you. Bury it and say goodbye. And that doesn't mean you erase your past. It means that you stop letting it raise you. This is where you look in the mirror. Take a hard look in the mirror and say with love, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I talked to you like you were trash. I'm sorry I let people treat you like you were an option. I'm sorry I made you pay 1,000 times for the same mistake. I'm so fucking sorry that I learned their language and used it against you. And while you stay looking at yourself in the fucking mirror, this is the way you respond. I forgive you. I forgive you for not knowing better. I forgive you for surviving the only way that you knew how. I forgive you for being human in a world that punished you for it. You see, healing does not begin when they apologize. Healing begins when you stop swinging at yourself. When you stop hurting you. You were not put here to be your own enemy. And you are not a problem to be fixed. You are a fucking soul to be loved. You are a child inside of you, not an abuser within. So get rid of it. Say goodbye to that version. Because the child in you deserves gentleness. And the adult in you now deserves peace. And I promise you that no one is coming to hand that to you. You have to choose it. You have to protect it. You have to say it with your chest. From this moment forward, I choose. And I will not be my own abuser. I will not keep sentencing myself to a life in fucking prison for something that God already unlocked. Think about it. You've bled enough. You've paid enough. You've suffered enough. Put that fucking whip that you keep using against you, put it down. The gravel, the mud that you keep chucking at yourself, set it down. Put it down. The abuser within had its fucking moment. It's had its time. It kept you alive. But it can't lead you into the future. That's not who you are. Listen to me. You've paid for the same mistake long enough. And you know which one I'm talking about. Now it's time to live like someone who finally, fully, truly deserves to be loved. Starting with you. And I want you to realize that everything in your external is a direct reflection of your internal. And the harder you are on you, the harder that projection will come to serve you. That's medicine. Y somos medicina. The illusion has to die. The illusion has to end. And you have to come to terms and understand that it takes a moment like right now to take a hard look at how we violate our own spirit daily. And once you can audit that, you can then make the conscientious decision to stop existing and start living. Let's open it up for some questions.